Mekaneck is here in Masters of the Universe Origins, packed in with the Ground Ripper. Apparently the name changed from Road Ripper. But we'll open it, talk about his character and the little vehicle here we have as well. And what features are or are not missing. Awesome looking artwork at the top front with Mekaneck riding his vehicle. In the back showing some snake men coming down onto Eternia playset. Mekaneck with his weapon and neck and the vehicle shown. Probably a good choice for the vehicle and figure like this, just so something doesn't get lost on the shelves. But these are some must-haves for what I'm collecting. Even though it's small, the Ground Ripper locked into place in the package. Just turn these plastic little pieces to get it out. We can actually look at the Ground Ripper first. Very small, kind of three-wheeled vehicle. Stickers already put into place. I love that it has the seat belt just because that's a good feature for the figures to stay on it when you're playing around, but just kind of promoting the safety, you know, like the lessons at the end of every He-Man episode back in the day. The head mantle piece comes off. You actually just kind of have without, or you can swap to this all-new piece. Not sure what this is from exactly, because even in the cartoon, the original style head was the one in the cartoon as well. So I'm not sure what this plain one is without the eyes. And the open mouth is almost like a separate piece, like the mouth was going to move or something. But it doesn't, but it has its own unique panel as well, so I'm not sure this is like the enemy Road Ripper or something, but just another option to include. Although I wish they would have simply included the feature of the original vehicle. Here it is with the alternate head. But we don't have that ripcord kind of thing that would have set the wheels going and make it take off on its own. Something you'd see in older 80s vehicles like that. In the Ninja Turtles line as well, I remember a vehicle with a pull cord. I never got to have the original, so I don't know which spot that used to be at. But it is not included in this one. You'll just have to play around with it, pushing it along, which it does have a good, rolls really nice. It's a toy, so that would have been awesome to have the ripcord function version. I especially love when Origins has the original features. Because again, I never got to have Masters of the Universe toys as a kid. They were all gone out of stores before. But with the look, it has the classic retro look. This is like an awesome looking vehicle, actually. It was in the Filmation cartoon as well in a few episodes, so it fits what I'm collecting. I will be keeping the original head on there since that was in the cartoon as well. And just to represent the original toy. But without the feature, dang, if only it had that too. Simple piece, but a pretty awesome one. But we have the figure Mekaneck. Seems to have all his original colorings of the original 80s figure, even down to the shiny eyes. Might be a little more elaborate, I can't tell. Possibly they were just stickers on the original, but again, I never got to have the originals. Very nice with the eyes. I always liked his helmet. It's kind of bulky, but just kind of made sense for his design. The very angular, triangular shape. Kind of a man-at-arms style armor, but a unique shape. That kind of guard in the front here. This will come off, of course. No special coloring on his kind of gauntlets, just like the original, though again, with Origins I feel like that's the time when those should have been either green, like his belt kind of piece, or silver, like the boot. They should have just colored it in. I feel like a lot of the stuff with the 80s, they just no budget to have the extra colorings, so they just would skip it. His armor got some silver bits mixed in at least. Nothing on the back though. This face is just funny though, but at least it looks like the original, but it would have been nice just to have the slight enhancements of a paint app here and there just for Origins, as they've done with some of the other figures. The problem is there's no feature with this one. Like in the original, he would kind of move the arm and the neck would extend. So again, we're missing the feature here. There's no way to do that for them, unfortunately. So if you want his super ability, we have a separate piece for the neck. But the way it is, we've got kind of the body neck piece at the bottom. So you can get extra pieces and give him a longer neck than this length, which is probably the original 80s length. We'll have to attach the head first and then get it snapped onto the body. Imagine you need it kind of this direction the long way so that You do still get a little bit of articulation once you have the extended neck on here. But it's a little strange. It is pretty high, but I think for Origins here, for an enhancement, it would have been cool to be able to get an even longer neck. Like maybe even just twice the length possible with an extra piece would have been enough to be more impressive than just the original figure size from the 80s. But this might be a little higher anyway, just because it does have this extended neck piece with the blue. But then he has the articulation at the top still, the same style of piece, so he is enhanced in a way, but he's also hindered a little bit from the original without the feature of extending the neck other than just a piece swap. The weapon, of course, kind of a club slash like telescope. Kind of hold this way and kind of look as well for extra vision, even though he's kind of supposed to already have supervision powers with his helmet and whatnot. Sounds like RoboCop in the Filmation cartoon. He's obviously got robotic pieces with him. But for melee combat, he has his big club. I mean, it's a lot longer than Man-at-Arms clubs, so kind of cool. I know if I would have been playing with this as a kid, I would have given him a few extra abilities in my mind. Maybe a laser shooting at the top or laser eyes or something just to give him a ranged weapon, because let's face it, the neck stretch thing, if it's for reconnaissance, then flight is pretty much superior in that way. So any of the characters like Buzz Off that he was often teaming with in the cartoon and whatnot, kind of better for that particular mission type than just extending the neck. But I always liked his color scheme. I mean, just the classic blue and red, but with some extra silver accents. He's got the shiny for the eyes, so that's kind of a little extra for a toy from that time period. Pretty classic one, big time addition for me, because he's definitely in the Filmation cartoon, so that's what I'd like to get with Origins, is characters from the cartoon, but in their form of the original 80s toys I always dreamed of having, but never was able to get as a kid. As far as the combination, I mean, it's kind of cool that he has the Road Ripper. I might have put him in a different vehicle, you know, just for play or for display, and put somebody else maybe in the vehicle. But he does look kind of cool with the Road Ripper just because the green, and it's just very different colors. So colorful package. I hope it sells well, just even though it's a lesser enjoyable vehicle, not like very elaborate, and it's missing the function, and maybe one of the lesser enjoyed characters, not the most famous of sidekicks and whatnot either, but a good package deal together. So two great additions in one, both from the cartoon, both from the original toy line. I open all my Masters Universe Origins figures here as I get them. Never got to have the original toys, so it's been awesome getting these. Building a sweet collection that I would have dreamed of having as a kid. Now I have it. And with enhancements here and there. Even if once in a while they're missing the original features. Sometimes they make up with it with modern alternatives like the neck here. Check out all those other past openings and videos and get subscribed for the future of Origins, because there's plenty more characters I'm looking for in this line. Plenty more vehicles as well. And we'll be keeping our eyes out for playsets as well. Whoa, Mekaneck, you're really something, aren't you? No, I'm not. But thank you. Club.